I think
right?
as you get older, your friend circle continues to shrink.
It does, because look at high school. People go to high school. Now, they may know, let's just say, all 200 people. They're the most popular kids out there. But now, high school ends. Everybody goes their own way, right? So now you fast forward 5 years and ask them, how many people do you talk to still? They're going to count on one hand. So being popular to begin with, what point? What was the point?
I think that's based off TV shows and who you're supposed to be. The person that gets the most women is the guy that's popular. So people tend to try to be the most popular kid, whether that's in sports or in dressing well or joining certain recreational games, stuff of that nature, in order to, get the most out of high school in terms of women, the status, the clout, because Instagram's a big thing. People that have that status those are the winners. Those are what would be considered the winners in high school.
Yeah, I would say this much: it's the halo effect, right? There's something called the halo effect where somebody has this effect on majority of people, and we deem them as better than the average person. We deem them as at a different caliber. So a lot of the times, as you can remember in your high schools, if you think about who was the most popular guy, who was the most popular girl, it's usually the best looking, probably athletic, probably smart. They were excelling at something. And that could be looks too. It could be looks. It could be style. It could be money. Parents having money, status, these type of things, being related to somebody. So the popularity thing was always because you had markers of success early. So when you say like, oh, you were popular, but where did that take you? Well, if they allowed that popularity, if they allowed themselves to benefit off the popularity, like keep at their discipline, whether like say they're a ball player, if they kept focused and kept that ball playing going, then they could be potentially somebody famous, right? Because
Yes,
they
no
had
doubt.
that effect and they had that thing. So a lot of people latch onto those people because they're trying to ride coattails, right? So it's like, wow, this guy's so popular. He's going to go to the league. Wow, that girl sold this. She's going to be a model. So, or he's going to be a doctor and he's going to do these things. So it's just about projection. It's almost like being a number one draft pick. Just because you're number one draft pick, because we can have the argument and being like, oh, who cares if you're number 1 or number 40? Because not all number ones become something. Some of them become bums.
No,
Some
it's
of them
true,
are out
yeah.
of the league quickly. And look at like Tom Brady. He was Mr. Irrelevant, like last pick or in the 200s.
99.
Of picks.
He was the 99th pick.
I think he's beyond that. That's not accurate.
Oh, that's
Guaranteed
not
he's
accurate?
beyond that. Yeah, he was later picked than that. But what I'm saying is, ultimately, when you look at it, does it really matter where you started? It's where you end off at, right? So I think that the popularity, people always latch on to someone that's popular because the projection is early that they're gonna be something great, and that's just like the number one pick. Everyone puts all their chips in that egg basket, and then if he flops, well, you now squandered an opportunity of getting someone that was had the potential to become somebody big. So I think that's why popularity is huge when you're younger coming up. I think that a lot of people just don't know how to leverage it because a lot of it's maybe God-given stuff. Like I said, height, looks, skills, prowess, whatever the case may be. That's something that you might have not had to earn. That's something that may have just been passed on to you early in life, and other people recognized it and thought you're going to be the next big thing, or at least be more relevant than they could become. Because a lot of people are underdogs and then they become something. That's usually how it works. We're not all blessed.
Like when I was in high school, even growing up, I was always that kid that had bad acne and stuff like that. Even in high school. So after high school, it's it's like the strangest thing happened. My body changed and, it got more fit, got looking better. My skin got really clean. And I've seen high school friends over the years. And they look at me now and they're like, wow, you look incredible. And I looked at them and I've said before, I wish I could say the same about you.
I say the same thing all the time. I say the same thing all the time.
You had all your
common.
looks in school.
This is common.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I'm like George Clooney, bitch. I get better as I get old.
Yeah.
I'm 42, but I can still outperform a fucking 20-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can embarrass. I've gone to the beach where I've had girls come up to me and say, how old are you? At the time, 40, 41, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do you look like that? How are you cut like that? My boyfriend's 23 and he can't even look like that.
Yeah.
Well, then clearly you got a problem here. Jump over here. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let me take you for a ride, bitch.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like
how it is.
I'll do things to you. Your boyfriend doesn't even know what the hell they are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of course.
You know, I will teach him some shit in the room. Come, let me teach you some things, buddy. Come here. You know? But I believe with age comes experience too.
100%.
Okay.
Right? But I believe when it comes to intimacy, I got a buddy of mine. He's a little bit older than me. And he has to get it all the time.
Wow.
Now,
How much years younger?
no, he's old. He's
Older.
older.
He's older
He's
than
older
you.
than me.
But
Yeah.
he has a higher libido, you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it depends. I've been at part of parties with him, and I can still outperform him, anyways. And he's what 45 or something like that, so he's still a young buck. But I believe somebody at that age, say at 45 years old, that needs to fuck. Let's just say 4 times a day.
Four times a day.
These are the kind of guys to me that they've never experienced it at a younger age.
Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
So as soon as they got a dose of it,
They start going crazy.
as they got older, it was like, oh shit, this is what it's like? I want it. It's like being on a racetrack.
Yeah.
When you've never been on a racetrack, once you drive on a racetrack once, that adrenaline is something else. Even though, these factors, you can crash, a lot of things can happen. But the car could break. But guess what? You don't give a fuck. You do it anyways, right? So I believe you got to have experiences at a younger age. If you don't have them at a young age, you're going to be lost when you're older, right? Like I believe do it young. Enjoy your life young.